I'm Risa, and this is my husband Dalton, and we've been at Long Hollow for about 6 years now. We currently lead a life group on Sunday nights, and Dalton is a first-year deacon, and we also help out in the Next Steps area on Sunday mornings. So when we moved here shortly after we found out we were pregnant with our first child, and it was a lot of new feelings and everything, but we had also joined the life group at the same time, so they got to share a lot of firsts with us. And, they threw me baby showers, they prayed over us, and it was really great. But about halfway through my pregnancy, some tests didn't come back normal. And it was a very nerve-wracking time. It was 3 or 4 different tests over the period of a month. And we weren't close to family, and family couldn't come up here every time we had a doctor's appointment. Yeah. So our life group was pretty much our lifeline through that, and our family and community and support system. We had people, they brought us food one night. Some people watched our dogs for us, and people even drove us to the hospital for visits and stuff like that. So we started to depend on them more and more because we didn't have anyone else. But they ended up being closer to us than some family members were.
Yeah.
So he was born and immediately had to go on a lot of different machines to help him breathe. And come to find out after extensive testing and talking with a lot of doctors at Vanderbilt, he had a deleted chromosome that was so rare, there wasn't another case like his in the U.S. at the time. But through that, our life group, they did a meal train for us. They were bringing us food. We had one couple that drove to the NICU when we couldn't go and just sat and read books to Declan and prayed over him. And it was such a cool testimony to their children too, who were older and could somewhat understand the severity of the situation, that then their children were praying for Declan. So we named him Declan because we met a family in South Georgia that had a son named that, and we were like, wow, that's a really cool name. And we looked it up, and it was Irish, and it means man of prayer. And how fitting that we named him that, because so many people were praying for him. And the cool thing about prayer is that everyone prays in their own way. And whether you need that or not, you don't know what someone else is bringing to the Lord. But then later on, we were telling our life group that, like, hey, we slept last night. Hey, we had a good report today. I woke up and didn't cry first thing. Those were specific things that people were praying for that you didn't know you needed. But the Lord has orchestrated so much in our lives. And life group was just one of those things that we didn't know we needed as bad as we did. Because we came from serving. We came from being the life group for people.
We knew.
To see that turn to them helping us was just such a blessing.
Until going through this, we never knew what a life group could mean and what it could bring to the table and the gravity of having that community. Anyway, fast forward, he passes away, family's around, we went home, did a memorial service, and you're in a whirlwind. You're just kind of like, you're going at 100 miles an hour, you're not running on much sleep. None of the grief, none of the sitting at home thinking about it, the what could have been, whatever is set in yet. You're just going through the motions, So we had that time with our families, which was sweet, but then you have to come back to reality, and you have to come back and you have to go to work, and you have to tear down that nursery that you never put a child in, and you have to box up those clothes. And so that was when I feel like our life group had done so much up to that point, but that's when I really felt the ministry of life group in our life, because we had like-minded believers around us weekly, texting us, calling us, checking on us. In some weeks, they did nothing extraordinary. Some weeks it was just Risa and I got to go for 2 hours on Sunday night and eat dinner with people that we considered family at that point, and had normal conversation and just break bread and fellowship and laugh. And we didn't have to think about the negative going on. And so for us, it became extremely important. Life group was something we knew we had to do or needed to do, or this is what you do, to life group. Yeah, we wanted to, and life group is extremely important to us. And I can't stress enough how important it was for us to share after that. Like, You may not think you need this community, or you may not know you need this community, but I promise you, even if you have 1,000 family members here, you still need this community, because our leaders did such an exceptional job of making sure we felt in and making sure we felt welcomed and taken care of. And we had a crazy story. Some people might just need help moving. You know, they got an apartment when they first moved to Nashville, and now they're moving into a house, and they need your truck and trailer, you know.
Our life group has also helped us move, so
yeah,
twice.
done that. So
it goes beyond just the four walls of the church, you know, and that's why it's called life groups. You do life together, whatever that looks like for you. Whether that's a meal on Sunday nights together, whether that's helping you move, whether that's helping you welcome a new baby, whatever that season is for you, those people walk beside you. And that's why life group's called that.